Hey y'all, I'm back with another book review. I just finished Finale, the last of the Carnival series. It is the first time I've completed a series in a little while. I think a couple months. Last one I finished was Hitchhiker's Guide, and the one before that was Game of Thrones, and super disappointed by the endings of both of those. But this was probably the most brilliant. This is my favorite one out of the three books. Like, it just made me fall in love with it, like, all over again. I was already so much in love with the series already, and like, I know people are poo-pooing it because it was predictable, and yes, there are things predictable, but I kind of love the predictability of it. I loved being able to be like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Oh yay, yes! Like, it was predictable, but it was just like brilliant too. And like you get to hear from Donatella and Scarlet. It's not just all Donatella or all Scarlet. And I love when it flips back and forth. I think one of the first ones I read like that was Scarlet. One of those ones from the Lunar Chronicles. And at first I was like, I don't really like this. I don't like switching between characters. And then I fell in love with it. Like, through the Lunar Chronicles, I was like, oh my god, I love knowing that everybody's opinion. So knowing everybody's thing was just so brilliant. And it was interesting because right where like you'd be in Scarlet and then they'd pick up right there with Donatella, or you would be there with Donatella and then right from that instance you pick up with Scarlet. It was just such brilliant writing, just to be like right at the same moment that like something happened, the other one was like, it was just such a good book. Again, I really love how she does the fates and the fact that they are actual people that have actual personalities and actual powers and like actual, like, I don't know, I loved that detail to it. And the fact that there were good and bad fates, and technically they were all bad, but like there are ones that are like done. They're like, I want to die. Like, I'm done with living forever. I'm done with this. I'm done with that guy having all the power. We just want to be normal people. We want to be normal. And I loved that there was people that wanted to be normal and not to be like powered over or whatever. And like, yeah, they can still live very long lives, but they can now die if they wanted to, if they were done with all of the stress. And I think like and they didn't necessarily have to have their powers anymore if they weren't, I don't think they were like full-fledged powers, but I just loved it. It was so brilliant. And like, we know that Legend is Donatella's love interest, and like the fact that she fights through the whole thing of, if she likes, is like, no, I really love him, and you know what, screw him, I'm going to love him despite himself. And I love that. Like, I love that she was willing to love him even though he was a douchebag. Like, and I feel like sometimes it's like, I'm gonna love you despite, like, there are things that are difficult about you. Like, hello, I'm a difficult person. I know I'm a difficult person, but I like to be loved despite the fact that I'm a difficult person. And like the fact that she loved him despite that he was being super difficult. And like, I loved the fact that she loved him even when he was not like the hero, and he ended up being the hero and just being the good person that she knew he was, even though he wasn't necessarily good in the sense that he was always doing the right thing, because he definitely didn't do the right thing at the time, but he wasn't the villain. And I love how powerful Donatella and Scarlet are. Like, they were such empowering women, and like Scarlet comes from a place of being fearful and like not wanting to do things, and then she becomes this amazing person who's like, no, this is who I am and you're gonna deal with it. And then like Donatella, who has always been the person who's like, this is who I am, deal with it, like whatever, she allows herself to like fall in love. She allows herself to be vulnerable because she always put on this hard exterior. And I love that. I also loved that they were, even though it was very short, but they put their mom in, and the fact that she really like didn't leave them because she didn't love them anymore. She left them because she was trying to protect them, and then she ends up being, this is a spoiler, she ends up being put in a card, into one of the cards of the fates, and like, oh, that's a spoiler for Legendary, sorry. I like definitely blended the books in my brain, but like, the fact that they fought for her, and then she was very shortly in the book, and then she's gone again, and but it was just like, she was so empowering to both the girls, and I thought it was just brilliant. It was super brilliant. Anyway, I will definitely recommend this one all day long. It is the best way to end a series. I definitely felt like, even though it was like saying goodbye to a good friend, it was just like, oh, that's just good. Like, you kind of left it open-ended, but not really, like, she solved all the things that really needed to be solved, but she also left things a little up in the air, and I'm like, ooh, she left some things up in the air, like, who knows what the future holds. So I definitely would recommend it. Definitely brilliant. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this review, and I hope you all have a great day.